if you think, by the way, that the war on Christianity is bad in Australia, look at Britain. There, police have been arresting even street preachers.
Okay, then I will arrest you for a breach of peace. Plain and simple.
What breach of peace?
This is what you're doing at the moment. You're causing problems, you're disturbing people's days, and you're breaching their peace. Okay, so for that to be dealt with, if you won't go away voluntarily, we will have to arrest you.
I will not go away because I need to tell them the truth. Because Jesus is the only way, the truth. Jesus is the only way, the truth, and the life.
I appreciate that.
Nobody,
but nobody wants to listen to that. They want you to go away.
Oh, you don't want to listen to that. You will listen when you are dead. You will listen when you are dead. You will listen. Take me. No. Don't take my Bible away. Don't take my Bible away. Don't take my Bible.
Handcuffing a street preacher. Is the world going mad? And now a college at Oxford University, of all places, a university, by the way, which trained generations of Britain's greatest churchmen, has now apologised for hosting a Christian conference, a week-long crash course in Christianity over the summer holiday when people weren't around the campus anyway. Joining me is Andrea Williams from the British campaigning organisation Christian Concern. Andrea Williams, thanks for joining me. Why did this college apologise for hosting a Christian conference?
Because it said that there had been offence calls to some of the students, none of whom were obviously there during it, but who'd found out that we were there. And so the provost, David Isaac, who's ironically been the chair of the Equality and Human Rights Commission, said that he regretted. The exact words were this statement issued by the college. The college was not aware of the speaker list or programme content in advance. The booking was taken in good faith, but it's clear that our procedures did not work as they should. We have begun an urgent review to ensure that this does not happen again. We deeply regret the distress caused to students, staff, and other members of the college community. And let me say, Andrew, the reality was that when we were there, we were so warmly greeted by the staff. Indeed, the catering staff came to me. I'm the chief executive of Christian Concern, the organisation responsible for the Wilberforce Academy. And the senior catering staff came to me and said, we don't want you to go. We want you to stay. Your group is amazing. The event staff wanted us back last year. The porters thought we're just delighted. And we were also the first group back post-COVID. So they were really getting back into the groove again, but they loved having us there. So it was a total bolt out of the blue when we discovered, literally via a student magazine, that the provost had apologised, that he regretted our presence there, that he said distress of cause. So we weren't even called about that. We weren't called about the fact that any complaint had been raised. We weren't asked to say what we thought about it. This just immediately went out into the student press and then was picked up by the national press.
Well, look, what could you have possibly been doing that caused such offence? Why the shock and the horror? I mean, you're Christians. There was a suggestion I was Islamophobic. Was there any of that? Absolutely not.
I mean, Andrew, in the introduction to this, you mentioned that Oxford had trained many of the great churchmen in this country and indeed across the world. Well, let me say that all week we had with us Bishop Michael Nazir Ali, an amazing bishop, a national figure here and known across the world. He was giving Bible readings in the morning, every single morning at 8:30 in the morning. We've also had with us a former Archbishop of Canterbury in a previous year of this academy. We have some of the, well, I would say, of course, but some of the most brilliant theologians coming and really giving their expertise to a group of young and vibrant students who are really keen to work out how to apply their Christian faith, discipline, and their areas of professional life in a world where much of what comes at them is framed in a very different way, in a sort of against a secular, humanistic backdrop. And so it was really to work those things through
your offence.
in an intensive
There's your offence,
way
Andrew Williams.
across 5 days, very intentional, with a lot of fun and a lot of fellowship and a lot of nice food, against the backdrop of a very beautiful Oxford college.
Well, there's your offence. You gave it by showing people a different way of looking at the world, and that, of course, cannot be allowed to happen. Andrew Williams, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.